Today, we're going to talk about MediaXL, some of our exciting new features, and a brief overview of our robust and broad product line. For those of you that aren't familiar with MediaXL, we're no newcomer to digital video. We're an industry leader in encoding, transcoding, and decoding. Our family of products are very flexible. They're high performance, cost effective, and robust. And there are many different configurations to fit your specific requirements. And also, please feel free to ask any questions. We'll get to them as we can. MediaXL is based out of our Austin, Texas headquarters, and our research and development team is in Seoul, Korea. With our bleeding edge research and development and transcoding, we provide encoding and transcoding solutions and around the clock support with assistance from our resellers, systems integrators, and partners around the world. The MediaXL Hero product line supports a rapidly growing footprint. We're probably well over 400 million multi-screen subscribers now, meeting a variety of unique business requirements across multiple Fortune 500 clients, broadcasters, OTT, and government defense branches. And as I said, if you have any questions during the presentation, put them in the Q&A tab down in the Zoom menu, and we'll answer them as soon as we can. We'll also have some time at the end for Q&A. Additionally, this webinar will be available for viewing probably later this week, and we'll send you guys out a link for that. The Hero product family has a broad set of features in both on-prem hardware-based appliances as well as software-based for cloud, virtual, and hybrid environments, which really gives you a unmatched versatility and flexibility, all with a common user-friendly management system and GUI. In short, we fit your workflow rather than you modifying your workflow to fit our product. We have solutions to fit your needs and requirements for encoding, transcoding, and decoding from single-channel compact footprints to very high-density channel counts with current as well as legacy codecs and interfaces. We also define the adaptive bitrate multi-device transcoding and encoding standard for flexible multi-screen video delivery over virtually any kind of network or distribution path. The Hero platform is really very flexible and configurable to meet the varying needs of modern digital video production and distribution. From contribution to distribution, both file and live processing, the Hero family has unmatched flexibility for easy integration into virtually any workflow. The Hero product line provides state-of-the-art quality and efficiency. You'll be able to deliver quality video streams rapidly across a multitude of transmission paths, including OTT, internet, LAN, satellite, and terrestrial networks. We have native support for both 4K and now, I guess, emerging 8K applications. We have built-in multi-stream technology for OTT and other streaming applications. We have industry-leading end-to-end latency. We're very, very fast. And we support for pretty much all the leading industry streaming services. The new Hero 5 engine utilizes a hybrid solution of CPU and ASIC and GPU to allow up to about 150% greater performance over our previous generations, with outputs up to UHD 8K at 60 frames per second or 4K 120 frames per second high frame rate OTT. These UHD outputs are delivered at the industry's lowest delay for OTT, typically less than 2 seconds glass to glass. It's also available in both cloud or hybrid form for virtual and cloud applications. We support whatever is going to work best for your workflow. Hero V5 offers superior visual quality coupled with the best performance and very high density. We offer multi-channel encoder transcoding supporting mobile to 4K, 8K resolutions. Video codecs include some legacy ones like MPEG-2 and newer ones like H.264 or MPEG-4, H.265 or HEVC, as well as some of the newest codecs, AV1 and VVC. We also support metadata for closed captioning and subtitles and timecode and SCSI 35104 signaling and things like that. Input support, pretty much standard definition, high definition, 3G, 12G, SDI, ASI, We also have SFP support for fiber and high-speed data. We support SRT, ProMPEG, SMPTE 2022, it's 2110, RTMP, RTMPS, the list just goes on. And as far as files, we support AVI, MP3, MP4, FLV, MOV, WMV, digital video, and many, many more. We also include a smaller origin server, which you can use for testing and some basic OTT applications. And we work very closely with companies like Akamai, Azure, AMS, Google Cloud, Wowza, and many, many more. So some of the key features we have is Ultra HD multi-screen content encoded in AVC and HEVC. As I mentioned, resolutions up to 8K. We support ABR streams, and they can be delivered under a standard MPEG-2 transport stream, HLS, dash, smooth streaming, packaging for multiple maximum availability, depending upon whatever client you want to use, whether it's a TV, a PC, a laptop, mobile devices. So first off is our Hero 6000 series is Hero File and Live. It's a product, a encoder transcoder that's great for live contribution and transcoding from both file-based and live event encoding. A single unit is versatile. It's an elegant solution for a variety of applications. And it said, in addition to operating the Hero Live as a standalone unit, you can take advantage of our HMS or Hero Management System and its full API to work efficiently and effectively when configuring new workflows. Hero Live is a 1RU chassis, dual hot swappable power supplies, front panel GUI remote management, simply a variety of inputs and outputs. We configure them to meet your requirements. You can ingest dynamically from file and live sources to create a playout-based live output without the need for an external dedicated playout server or SDI routing. Next up would be Hero Contribution. This is really great for point-to-point or multi-point contributions. The Hero Contribution encoding system provides UHD resolutions up to 60 Hertz, and we can distribute MPEG-2, AVC, HEVC encodes, as well as AV1 and VVC across a variety of delivery protocols. We also have our Hero Event Encoder, which offers remote on-location encoding with web and local UI for quickly configuring a multi-channel, multi-format, multi-screen streams that you can broadcast, again, with very fast latency of under 2 seconds end-to-end. Something else which is kind of unique to us is our virtual software. Lets you experience rapid deployments, highly scalable. It's very easy to scale this up and down, seamless availability with Hero Cloud. It's a fully featured virtual software for live and VOD transcoding, encoder management, and monitoring. And you can use this either on a private cloud, on a public cloud, VM. So in short, whatever really suits your workflow best. That was a brief overview of the Hero platform. We really welcome the opportunity to speak with you directly about your particular requirements and how we can help you out and get you a more efficient encoding and transcoding system. With that, Matt, our Senior Technical Sales Engineer, will take it from here.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for taking the time to join us today. I'm going to talk to you about some of our upcoming features. The first one that relates to our Hero virtual software is our Hero Orchestration system. We'll be releasing that later this year. It's a Kubernetes-based encoder orchestrator. So it's going to take all the guesswork out of rapidly spinning up new encoders on AWS, Azure, or even your private clouds. We'll provide a GUI for very rapid deployment. It takes very little engineering knowledge to set up these encoding and container farms on your clouds. Also this year, we'll be adding support for AV1 and VVC. VVC will be in VOD until next year, but AV1, if you're not familiar with it, is almost a competitor to HEVC. It sees similar visual quality with a slightly higher compression rate. In some instances, we've seen much greater compression rates with AV1 as well. With VVC, we'll see a similar improvement that we saw moving from AV1 to HEVC with about 50% bitrate reduction. It'll be suitable for UHD plus video content like 8K high frame rate, as well as 360-degree video for virtual reality content. The issue that we face with codec advancement like this is that it becomes increasingly expensive to replace our encoder technologies throughout our workflow. So what if there was a way that we could experience these same improvements to visual quality and the data savings that we find when we move to new codecs without having to undergo the replacement of all of our expensive encoders and decoders? Well, MediaXcel has found that solution in our artificial intelligence software. And we call that artificial intelligence software DIVA Encoding. So what is the issue that we face? Well, currently we have two primary methods for determining how to transmit bits during encoding. And we have a constant bit rate and a variable bit rate. And with a constant bit rate, a consistent bit rate is maintained regardless of the video's complexity. And this can result in lower quality for the intricate segments of video and inefficient allocation of bits for videos that aren't very complex. For instance, if you have a talking head on screen, you don't necessarily need to maximize your bit rate, and we can reduce some of the transfer. With variable bit rate, what it maintains an average bit rate, could lead to more efficient encoding compared to the constant bit rate, and it adapts to the varying complexities. However, using more bits than necessary to meet the average bit rate is a concern. So setting bitrate control based on quality rather than the average bit rate that we would like to meet would be more efficient. So our consideration for target bitrate for encoding was the first approach. While most services fix the target bitrate regardless of the type and characteristics of the video, we thought maybe it would be more efficient to uniformly set the target bitrate without considering the original source's diverse attributes. Probably not. So keep in mind, the untrained human eye doesn't distinguish differences in video qualities beyond a certain quality threshold. Videos with minimal motion or less complexity can maintain high quality visuals with fewer bits. And in that case, rather than providing the same bitrate to content with varying characteristics, it would be more efficient to set different target bit rates based on the content's attributes. So we can see that depicted here in this image. Instead of this constant bit rate, we can determine, okay, well, this is a movie, it's going to need a higher bit rate. News is going to be lots of people sitting at desks, not moving much. We can lower the bit rate for that. And we can even take that one step further. And when we look at music, we may make some intra-segment decisions for music. So when there are musicians close up on the screen, then we may increase the bit rate where there are larger shots of the crowd and the music is more important, then we don't need to use so many bits for the picture quality. So we determined that using these two approaches would enable efficient encoding, and as a solution, we employed AI-based deep learning, and we analyzed various amounts of content to understand the characteristics of the videos, and we modeled them. So through this process, we aim to create a reference or labeled data set that closely resembles the best or exemplary solutions, allowing us to find optimal encoding parameters for videos with diverse attributes. So we have a massive library of video content, and what we've done is we've trained a model using this data set with what we imagine would be the best possible encoder configurations for this content. So once we apply that training model to our encoder's video stream analyzer, then based on the results of the analyzer, we can apply the optimal encoding parameters. So we'll deliver the best possible encoding configuration settings for any unique video that our user is encoding. So through unlocking the power of AI, we have found the most high quality and data efficient configurations for all encoding jobs. We're seeing up to 40% bitrate savings in our encoders and increasingly high content. As the learning model is trained more thoroughly, the outcome will only improve. So images will only get better and bit savings will only be more efficient. And the introduction of DIVA encoding into our encoders will begin in 2023. So I have a couple of images to show you all, and I know that Zoom isn't necessarily the best method for sharing pictures and video with everyone. So please do keep in touch and keep a lookout for our follow-up email where we will send a recording of the webinar, as well as links to our YouTube and our official white paper that we'll be releasing in our run-up to IBC. So as you can see here on the left, this is with DIVA on at a 2 meg stream. We can see it retained a lot of the detail in the wiring and cabling. The man's face is clearly visible, as well as the detail on the intricate working of the door and the plaques. And when we see with DIVA off at the same bit rate, we lose all of the detail in the wiring. The man's face is not visible at all, and the door is very poorly encoded as well. Okay, let's see if this video plays. I don't know how well the video is going to translate over Zoom video sharing. So again, please do keep a lookout for this video on our YouTube, where we will upload many examples of DIVA encoding and improving these streams. And just to reiterate, we are doing this in our lead up to our IBC presentation. And if you find yourself in Amsterdam or IBC during that time, please do reach out to us to set up a meeting, and we'd love to show you all of the other neat and exciting features that we're working on for release over the next about 1.5 years of our roadmap that we have planned out. We will be in Hall 1 at booth F56, and again, reach out to us at sales@mediaxcel.com if you'd like to set up a meeting with us. If anyone has any questions, Jade, do we have anything in the Q&A?
Yeah, it looks like we got a few questions here. One question is, when will this be available?
We will have DIVA encoding introduced into our encoders beginning in November of this year. That will be an early release, and we will continue to deliver DIVA over the next year or so to on our new encoders. So if you're interested in being involved in the early release of DIVA, please do reach out to us.
Another question here, will DIVA be available on some of my existing Hero encoders?
So because DIVA is a software solution, it is possible that we'll be encoding.
We lost your audio there for a second, Matt.
A bit of compute resources. Oh, okay. Am I okay now?
Yeah.
Okay. So it will demand quite a bit more compute resources. So that's going to be on a case-by-case basis, whether we'll be able to upgrade your encoder to utilize DIVA encoding. So again, for that, please reach out to sales@mediaxcel.com. We can look up your current encoder specifications and tell you if DIVA would be a good solution for you.
Let's see. Oh, here's another question. Will I be able to use DIVA on somebody else's encoder or transcoder?
No, actually, DIVA is our proprietary software. It is possible that you would be able to pass a MediaXcel feed into an existing encoder because of MediaXcel's encoder flexibility, but we will not be able to load DIVA onto someone else's encoder. Interesting question.
Well, it looks like we got one last question here. Is DIVA something that I always have to use, or is it selectable, by my engineers or my operators to use?
So DIVA will be built-in functionality, but because of the standardized method of which we transmit and encode over IP, it makes sense that we would still allow you to use constant bitrate and variable bitrate. But if you are already using variable bitrate, it would make sense for you to take that one step further and use DIVA in those situations.